27 U.S. Air Force C-17 Globemaster III cargo planes touched down in Ukraine. Not over weeks, not even days. All of them, within just 72 hours. For Moscow, it was a gut punch, aimed directly at a strategic blind spot they once believed untouchable. For Europe, it was a siren from the front lines, a reminder that the flames of war are no longer distant, they're dangerously close. And for the world, it was a signal. This conflict hasn't faded into the background. It's alive, it's moving, and it's knocking on every door. Washington calls it routine logistics, but the size, speed, and secrecy say otherwise. This is not support from the sidelines. This is momentum, and it's building. So the questions begin. What exactly did the U.S. deliver? Why was it done under the radar? And if this marks a shift in the war's tempo, what's the world about to face? Let's find out with Navy secrets. Under cover of darkness, with no media alert and no televised address, 27 massive C-17 Globemaster III aircraft from the U.S. Air Force descended onto Ukrainian soil, one after another, non-stop, for 3 straight days. There were no ceremonial welcomes, no national flags waving, only the harsh blast of engine exhaust, runway lights piercing the fog, and the echo of hydraulic ramps lowering heavy cargo onto military-grade transport vehicles. All of this unfolded in under 72 hours, swift, silent, and unstoppable. For analysts across Europe and beyond, this was not a supply run. This was a power move. For Russia, it felt like a stealth strike into their blind spot, a direct challenge to the illusion that they still control the tempo of this war. For European allies, it was the strongest sign in months that the United States was not just observing, but actively shaping the battlefield. And for critics of Trump's former policies, where military actions were either delayed, politicized, or announced like press stunts, this quiet show of force offered something different: decisive leadership without the spotlight. But even as the last C-17 lifted off into the night, a deeper question echoed through defense briefings and war rooms worldwide. What exactly was delivered, and why now? By the time Russian surveillance detected what had happened, the planes were already gone. Cargo unloaded, equipment staged, and a new reality left behind for Moscow to deal with. No fighter escort, no aerial show, just overwhelming efficiency, delivered with a calmness that made the message even louder. The U.S. can act without delay and without asking for permission. This wasn't just about physical support. It was psychological warfare, a clean incision into the strategic theater that left Russian commanders asking whether their rear zones are truly protected anymore. Inside NATO headquarters, the reaction was different, more measured, but no less intense. The deployment wasn't merely interpreted as reassurance. It was viewed as a calculated shift in posture, a warning that the era of hesitation may be over and the U.S. is once again moving faster than its enemies can adjust. For many Americans frustrated by years of isolationist policies and performative posturing, this quiet action signaled something far more powerful than speeches ever could. It wasn't about dominating headlines. It was about controlling the chessboard. The White House still insists this was routine, but no one in Moscow, Berlin, or Kyiv believes that anymore. Because the real weight of this mission isn't in how many aircraft touched down, it's in what they carried. And if even part of that payload points to escalation, then this war is no longer in a holding pattern. It's accelerating. And the world needs to catch up. When 27 U.S. C-17 aircraft landed in Ukraine, the shock wasn't just in their number, it was in the mystery of what they were carrying. These weren't standard supply flights. They were precision-timed, tightly sealed, and strategically executed. And in the world of modern warfare, that says everything. According to open-source defense trackers, the cargo most likely included high-value systems, precision-guided munitions like Excalibur shells and GMLRS rockets, mobile air defense radars,